In this video, all over the place.
6. Well, I'm going to get this.
I reach stuff.
Got 2 emails I had. It's a full power cutting metal. Here we are. Or
There's one downside to them.
who actually enjoys cutting edges? 8 in 1. 5mm and go. Could really come in handy. Oh, what have I done? Right then, following on from the last video, I bought some more Parkside Tools. What a shocker. One of which is the 12-volt fake Dremel. Let's see how it compares to the small one. It looks good. And a load of other tools. And a huge favour to me, you might not be subscribed. You might not want to be subscribed. But if you do, make sure you are. Cheers. Keep your comments coming and a like always helps as well. And if you are new here, I've got loads of videos on my channel. And loads more to come. So, fellow sheddies and tool lovers, stop the waffle and get on with it. Hello, sheddies. Can you join me again? In my shed. Now I thought I'm going to get this, the 20-volt cordless edge trimmer. It's only a short one, 25 quid normally, reduced to 23. I've already got a long reach Parkside hedge trimmer, which is good, but not for the close-up stuff. I've got a mains one that's giving up the ghost, and I've got some really small hedge trimmers, really tiny ones, one-handed things, and I wanted something a bit more mid-range. And for the bigger branches, I've got other stuff to tackle that. This is just good for trimming, and it should be fairly lightweight. Again, using the Parkside batteries, I've got plenty of them, so it don't matter if they last 20 minutes because I can just keep swapping them over. I've got loads.
We'll give this a bash.
Model number if you want it, PAHS35A1. Obviously the battery don't come with it. Comes with a guard for your blade. No load stroke rate, 2,400 SPM. What's that? Well, it'd just be strokes per minute, innit? Just backwards and forwards. Branch diameter's 12mm, perfect. Don't need any more than that for what I'm using it for, mainly just for trimming. Cutting length 35 centimeters, all good, I'm happy with that. No load rotation speed, 1200 RPM. Laser cut, high quality blade with an aluminium guide bar, a metal impact protection, double blade with anti-corrosion coating, 2-hand safety switch with quick blade stop, good to read. Integrated wall hanger for space-saving storage. Right, let's have a look. I've got a big hedge to do. I've got a few, actually. But for this video, I think I'll just do a bit of it just to show you how well it does. I'm going to do the rest tomorrow. Also, I want to get this video out. Go out of there. Here it is. The instructions, massive manual, but it's in loads of languages. So here's the guard. Not much to write home about. Here's the blade. Aluminium spine. Metal bit at the end there with a hanger. That's what they're talking about, hanging it on a wall. Unless they're talking about something else on here. No. Plastic, of course. No rubber. It's one of the cheapo ones, isn't it? But it's got the handle up here for grippages. And you pull that trigger before you can activate it. So you can't do it one-handed. 85 decibels. Protect your hand here. Flat bottom. Good to see, so when you lay it down. And that's about it, really. Let's put a battery in. Put the new one in. A nice glittery one. And pull him in and squeeze the trigger. It's a set of edge trimmers at the end of the day. Nice. Right, I'm going to give these a bash, see how good they are. And imagine they'll be fine. And if you're interested, here's the technical data. We've seen most of it, but the tooth spacing is 15mm and the weight is 1.71 kilos. Of course, that's without the battery. If you're really interested, here's the vibration values.
So like I said, I'm going to do all the hedges tomorrow, but I thought I'd do a bit on camera. In fact, I finished these hedges off. And as I thought, really good for just trimming work. As you can see there, those stems are being cut through really easily. It's lightweight as well, so it's not heavy on the arms doing the high reach stuff. And I use my long reach trimmers to get on top because they angle as well. And I must have been using these edge trimmers on a full charge on that 4 amp hour battery. I must admit it's a brand new battery, but I must have been using it for 25 minutes on and off. And when I finished it, the green light was still on the battery, so still fairly well topped up. Now there's one downside to them, and this arcs back to what I always go on about for nice grippages and droppages. I was using my gloves, but it slides around in my hand. It's all over the place. When you're turning positions and doing it in strange angles, you're moving all over the place, and it seems to slop about a bit. So a bit of rubber wouldn't have got a miss, but I could easily mod these. Right then, let's get them back into the shed and see if we can cut through some 12mm. I think that's what he said.
Right, a bit of a branch in my vise, 7.5mm, and go. Yeah, press the button, still green. And what I didn't show, obviously it's not brushless, so sparky, We can expect that. Now, I'm quite aware this is a budget version hedge trimmer. That's why I don't think they put rubber on here. But yeah, when you're using it, it sort of moves around. It's a bit of a freestyle hedge trimmer, isn't it? Because it's lightweight. You can sort of get in all sorts of angles for the thinner stuff. And for that, it's perfect. Easily glides through. Obviously, every so often, give them a good oil. I've got some like rubber tape. I might put it around here, strips of it for nice grippages. And on here, probably. Yeah, if you didn't see it, I bought this battery new in my last video from the new tool drop, the new style ones with the glittery sticker. Don't know why that's on there. So overall, I'm impressed. I did the front garden. I've still got the back to do. I'm getting rid of a load of edges soon. Just the bane of my life. Isn't it, edges? They're great when they're done. Gotta go get the step ladders out. Gotta bag everything up. Who actually enjoys cutting edges? Probably my least favourite job. Anyway, edge trimmers from 25 quid to 22.99. Next. A few little shout outs. I get loads of emails through, and I'm sorry if I don't get back to you straight away. I'm going to go through them at some point and reply to you. But 2 emails I had. First of all, Mick and his dad Mick from Paisley. They always go on their weekly pilgrimage to Lidl, buying tools. Nice when you can do something like that with your dad. So cheers both Micks. Or was it Michael and Mick? Anyway, Mick from Paisley. And also Jason Glazeby, long-time subscriber of the channel. It's his birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Jason. Your daughter dropped me an email saying you're a fan of the channel and you're always buying Parkside Tools. So Jason, put a comment in and everyone can wish you happy birthday. And did you get the grinder, mate? Apparently I've heard, or someone said in another email, can't remember who it was now, that the guard isn't detachable like the other one. And your daughter, a massive credit to you. Such a nice email. Wonder if you get any Parkside Tools for your birthday. And also some of you are filmed in different countries in Lidl. I'll release them videos soon. Right, back to the action. I think a few of you might have got these already. The fake Dremel 12-volt one from Parkside, $16.99. Batteries built in. It's not the separate one that Parkside do, like them. Clear box, stackable. Again, another size of box. How many sizes of boxes they got now? But yeah, got little cutouts and at the bottom there, so you can stack all your tools up. Clear on the front so we can see what it is. Raised Parkside there. Nice hinged box. You can unclip these lids as well if you want to mount it on your tool wall, if that will stay in there. And 2 clips on the front there. Quick look on the back. The 12-volt cordless precision drill grinder. Part number if you want it, PFBS 12C7. That's the number you see on your receipt, 550492. Made by Companas Handles, companas.com, for Lidl, obviously. For drilling, milling, grinding, polishing, cleaning, cutting and engraving. Adjustable rotation speed, 12-volt battery, which is a 1.3 amp hour. No load rotation speed, 5,000 up to 25,000 RPM. Accessories included, there's 44 attachments altogether. 5 different collets, 1 pre-mounted, 1 fitting tool, USB-C charging cable, 3-year warranty. Right, so look, I know what you're going to say. Rob, you got loads of fake Dremels. But I thought I'd get one for anyone who hasn't got one and see what they're all about. Plus, I'm curious to see how much better it is than my 4-volt one. 2 clips at the front. Here we are. So all these bits, we've got grinding stones, attachment tools, buffing pads, different size collets, charging lead, USB to USB-C, spanner, wire wheel in there, tiny little drill bits there, look at them. Little brush, a ball grinding stone, these buffing wheels as well. And in here, got the fibre discs for cutting. Oh no, the grinding discs, the cutting discs are at the bottom there. But we don't have, unless it's buried somewhere, no. We've only got the attachments for the wheels in there. We've not got the attachment to put little drum sander wheels on. You know the ones I mean? But you can buy, obviously, them as an extra. Mine's gone. Where did I put mine? Oh, it's here. Of course, you can buy a set like that. Loads on the market, of course. All sorts in here. I bought this donkeys ago. If there's a link for it, I'll put it below from Amazon. All sorts. Oh, we've got a spanner in there. These are what I'm on about. A little rubber bung, if you like, and you tighten it up with a little screwdriver at the front. Put your sanding drum on there, tighten that up, and then it opens it and grips onto it. So you can put all sizes of sandpaper on these. There's different sizes of these rubber attachments. There's a big version of one, look. You tighten this one up with a nut at the bottom. Put that in the drill. And of course, you get flappy wheels as well, like them. And loads of different cutting wheels and grinding wheels. Anything like that on a tool wall, would it hold? Yeah, I suppose it would. Or you could just get shadow foam from John has shown. Loads of rubber on there. Nice grippages and droppages underneath. Oh, there's where the USB-C goes. See, this one here rolls everywhere. That one, triangular shaped, or almost triangular, as you can see there. So wherever position you put it, it stays put. Button at the front there to lock it off. There we go, clicked into place. We can change the collets or just put a bit in there. You can take him off. Grinding ball. There it is. Undo him. Slot him in there. Tighten it up. Nip up the rest with the spanner. Not too much. Tighten off so it don't fling out. It's going at 22,000 whatever RPM. On button just here. Keep your finger on it. There we are. Ooh, it's about mid-range of battery. Charge left in it. Needs a charge. And then we can go through the settings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas this one, a bar that goes up. Some of them have a rotating wheel on the mains versions. Go to 1. And activate. Very slow. Right, ramp it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that's at full power. That's not too loud. This one makes a right horrible noise. I feel the power in this one. Yeah. Good position. Holding it. You can hold it like that, like a pen. Like that. Like that. Whatever you like, really. It's plenty of grip. And off like that. Right then. Not bother showing all the usages. Obviously, you know what it's like. You can put cutting wheels in there, cut through metal, detailed, delicate stuff that you don't want to use big grinders on or big buffing wheels, big wire wheels. So we get a bit of metal, and on. Stays on 6 as well, so you ain't got to go through all the settings again. It's good as well. You've got that safety switch. You have to keep your finger on it. Curious hands start playing with it. And it's so we'll go on here. Oh, yeah, straight away, look. Taking all that paint off. Feels really good in the hand, that does. A hole here, look. So I suppose we could use them to round out the hole. Countersunk. Shameless plug. Give me a thumbs up and a like. I'm impressed by how silent that is and how powerful it feels. Right, I'm going to try something else out. Get one of these cutting discs out. You'll do. And we'll need him. On the other end of the spanner, a little screwdriver to undo it. Let's put him in there. Like that. Well, I'm just tightening this up. I mentioned it in the last few videos. I've got another YouTube channel called Head to the Shed. If you subscribe on there, I've got the live stream coming up soon on there called Shed Space. And some other content. Not much on there at the minute, but there will be soon. First of all, if you're new here, subscribe on this channel. Cheers. Right, take him out. Stick him in there. Yeah. Right then. Let's go a lower speed, first of all. Let's go to 3. Cutting straight in. Right, let's go up to number 6. It's cutting. Doing this at a strange angle. What shouldn't be doing here? You know, if you need to get into a tight spot somewhere, you can't get a grinder in there, you can't get a saw in there, these come in handy. Of course, doing a line. I really need some thinner steel than this. Oh, what have I done? I've just caught it on the back of the bench and I've shattered it. But you get the idea. My heavy-handedness. So 17 quid. Next. Just discovered something. Turn it on. All the settings, 1 up to 6. So I turn it on. 6, and then you've got turbo mode. A lot faster. I spotted this. It was all unwound, and it was the last one in there, this time by Tronic. It's a 4-socket extension lead, but they're spaced a metre apart. Now I'm thinking possibilities. I've already got sockets all mounted along my tool wall, along the workbench. I'm thinking, if we're setting something up or a new bench before we get everything wired in properly, use this like that, running in series all the way around your bench, or say a mock-up bench if we're doing something in the house and we've got a trestle table set up or something. I don't know, loads of possibilities. One plug at the end, and then a meter, another socket, and there's 4 in a row, and then a plug at the end there. Again, a 3-year warranty. Total length 4.5 meters. Nice sockets they are. $9.99 this was. Tenner. I don't think it's bad just for the components alone. And we've got all that cable in there as well. And I suppose you can even clip it back. Or, this is the one I think will really come in handy. If we're running it around the ceiling or down the middle of the ceiling in the shed or workshop or garage. So if we plug in, say, a sander in, working it down below, we can plug it up above, out of the way, cable coming down, trailing down, or along the floor somewhere, bottom of the walls, like I say, around your workbench. But of course, it's only one length, so you don't want to overkill it. Some tools we're going to use, we don't want to use them both at the same time, depending on what you're using and what wattage it is. Yeah, so max load, 2,990 watts. So it's saying here, ideal for use with decorative lighting. So yeah, of course. So you've got lighting around your house, like at Christmas, you've got different lights everywhere. Good to put back of the sofas or around the conservatory maybe, or in the ceiling of the conservatory. Endless possibilities. I thought I'd show you them. Like I say, not from Parkside, but by Tronic. I've had Tronic gear before. It's always worked out well, and very good prices. Next. Right, you saw the Parkside Performance hose attachments I already had. Well, I had to pick up another one. This is going to come handy at some point. I think I might have one already. But anyway, aluminium connectors and the good restraint on there for your hose pipe so it doesn't pop out. If you've got a hose and you want to extend it, or you're just repairing it, if you've got a nick in there, £1.79, and it's Parkside Performance, aluminium and plastic, 5-year warranty. In my experiences, these are really good. I've used the adapter already with the click attachment, the back of pressure washers and everything else. And there's loads of other hose attachers as well, all £1.80. Next, and quickly show you these, £2.50. I've had that one before, cutting oil, but I haven't had the multifunctional oil spray. They call it 8-in-1 for metal, 300ml, and that's 300ml as well. They had PTFE spray as well, silicon, I think it was graphite, there was rust remover, all £2.50, different coloured lids to work out which one was which. And this, of course, if we're drilling into metal or cutting metal, like with a recip saw or a jigsaw, ideal. £2.50 a tin. Next. And if you want to be entered, the stickers, just put I'm in below, anything like after it, or just I'm in on its own, and I'll pick a winner at random in another video. I never announce the winner in the comments. I don't get in touch with you in any way to say you won. I only announce it in another video. This stops the scammers pretending to be me in the comments to say you won. Scammers out. Right, let's do the results of the last giveaway.
So as usual, use the random comment picker off the Tinternet, and this time the winner is Stanley Greswell 8315. Send me an email, it's in the description below. Well done. So keep your comments coming. I might not get back to them, but I read them all. Your tool experiences, thoughts, opinions help me and others. I'll put a link on the screen now to my other tool reviews, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care. And remember, keep calm and head to the shed. Cheers.
See you next time on Weekend Shedhead.